Today I will show you the third leg of the Heart of England Way, following an 8-mile route from the Cannock Chase Visitor Centre, uphill to the site of the ancient hill fort of Castle Ring, and returning along the west edge of the chase. I hope the dogs and I will inspire you to try this walk yourself. So, on today's leg we've parked at the Cannock Chase Visitor Centre, which you can see behind me, which is where you need to pay for parking. So this is one of the few walks where you need to pay for parking, £3.50 for the whole day, and you can get tea, coffee and snacks in there, which I might do when we get back from the walk. We are now walking away from the visitor centre and we're about to join the path at exactly the point where we left it on the last walk. This is Marquis Drive, the main part of the Millennium Way that we've been walking on at the south end of Cannock Chase. It is a very grey December, I was about to say November, December day, 1st of December. Danny, come this way. So this is a notice board just telling us a little bit about the RAF training base that was here. We are going to walk around some of that on the way back, but this whole area was an RAF training base for the Second World War. RAF Hednesford remained in use until the 1950s. This basic RAF training camp was accessed from the train station at Moors Gorse, where we are heading. The trainees would have walked uphill from the station carrying their kit, and that route became known as Kitbag Hill. Mountain biking is definitely a popular activity on the chase. There are a few times where this route goes very close to a 6.5-mile mountain bike trail called Follow the Dog, appropriately enough. And there's another longer biking trail that will pass on the other side of the A460 road. Danny, my new rescue dog, the black and white one, definitely doesn't seem to mind them whizzing past, because this is the first time that he's seen bikes of this number coming this close to him. But it's always a good idea to keep your dogs under control if you're walking, certainly on this part of the chase. We've now arrived at a part of Cannock Chase that's known as Moors Gorse. We've come down quite a lot of downhill through the forest, met a lot of mountain bikers going quite fast, and now we're going to go over this bridge. We have just had to cross this A road, which was really busy, and typically, now we've crossed it, there's no traffic. I think we're finally getting away from where the mountain bikers were predominant, because this is rider path only. There haven't been many Heart of England Way signs on their route, but luckily there is here, because the GPX file is slightly wrong. We're turning right, having just crossed the road. I'm going that way. This is a really lovely section to walk now. We seem to be away from the mountain bikers. There was a lot of them. So I'm not having to keep my ears peeled to whisk the dogs out of the way as one hurtles past. I hear a little bit of road noise in the background, but essentially it's just me and the boys. It's stopped raining, the sun is trying to come out. We're still on the Heart of England Way, gently downhill and heading towards Castle Ring. Hit the bottom of the descent. We've got this little ford to cross. Of course, there's a spaniel in the pond. Come on, Bailey. Doesn't show you, that was a bit of a climb up there. We've been down in the valley, we've sort of gone up and down through this forestry. Now this section isn't waymarked. It looks like the direct route is straight down there. Actually, we want to take this path off to the left to go up to Castle Ring. So that is the way the Heart of England Way goes. We have made it to the end of the Heart of England Way, and this is Castle Ring. Ooh, dog's pulling me. Which is, I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a minute. I'll just turn around and film it so you can see, and then we are going to be making our way back along the west side of the chase back to the visitor centre. This is the Castle Ring Hill Fort, a site believed to have been occupied between 500 BC and 43 AD. Castle Ring occupies the highest point on Cannock Chase and was a defensive feature on the southern border of land that was occupied by the Brythonic tribe. It was abandoned around the time the Romans moved into the area. Today visitors can walk a circular route around the top of the monument. This marks the point where we leave the Heart of England Way and start the return leg. After you leave Castle Ring, come up the road a little bit, turn right through this gateway, and then that looks like the track you would take head through the forest. We actually want to go left down that way. We've had quite a lot of rain recently. So this path, lovely as it is, a little narrow path through the woodland, is basically walking through a stream bed. It's not so deep though. That was a really muddy section, which has brought us down to this large pond. the driveway of the Bow Desert Golf Club, which we've got to make our way, I think, around the end of the 18th hole. So hopefully we won't meet any golfers. We've been through the golf club, and I am now hoping that this track won't be as muddy as the previous bit of woodland we walked through. But I think I spoke too soon, because that looks like a nice muddy patch. You definitely need to have your waterproof walking boots on to do this in winter. We've only got 1.5 kilometres to go, and this section of the walk is following the old RAF training base. It's much better paths, much firmer underfoot, and there are a number of little routes you can do from the visitor centre following those symbols there, the RAF symbol, I guess. But we are, as I say, 1.5 kilometres to go. I'm tired actually. Definitely quite thirsty. Those muddy tracks were hard going, and we are heading on that way. So this would have been the parade ground, and this was RAF Hednesford. We just walk through this car park. Feels like a while since we've seen this many people. I'm parking now. I think this is free parking, so if you didn't want to park at the visitor centre, you could come and park here. It's only 0.5 kilometre away from our starting point, just about. Although I feel that giving some money back to the visitor centre to help support this fabulous place is not a bad idea. So there we go, back to the car park. There is the visitor centre. Sadly now closed for tea and coffee, or a sandwich.